Hey Jan, I'm here with your new 2018 Prius behind me. A lot has changed in the last 10 years, so we just want to kind of go over all the features, give you an idea how they work, hopefully, teach you well enough to get you going, and then you can call us if you have any other questions after that. We appreciate you doing business with us, even though we're so far away. Mr. Phillip will be bringing the car up to you soon, and we know you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to show you a few of the features that are on the outside of the car. Here you're going to notice the blind spot monitors. I guess you can kind of see it in the video. That's going to light up orange, let you know when people in your blind spot. Also, it'll detect cars behind you from either direction. That's a rear cross traffic alert. Down here, in many different places on the bumper, you have sensors for the normal parking sensors that just beep. There's intelligent clearance sonar that will stop the car if you're in a parking lot about to hit something. There's also it's the parallel parking, so it has sensors for that. It'll parallel park for you if you want to use that feature. Here, your logo, instead of just being aesthetic, is actually a sensor for the radar cruise control and for the pre-collision system. Up top, there's a little semi-triangle. I guess you can see if you can get that on the camera. That is for the lane departure. That sees the lines on the road, helps you avoid going out of your lane. And then that tiny little sensor next to that is actually for the rain sensing wipers. And that'll come on and off based on, precipitation. So we're inside the car now. The car's going to start the same way you're used to. Foot on the brake, push the button. I kind of just want to go over some of the controls inside to make sure you know how everything works in here. If you look down on the left side, obviously hood latch, gas, those are pretty self-explanatory. HUD, that's one you're not going to be familiar with. That is heads-up display, and on your windshield you're actually going to have a heads-up display that shows you how fast you're going, a couple little things like that. Here you have a button for auto high beams, which if your bright lights are on and you push this, it's going to automatically turn your brights on and off based on how dark it is, or if somebody's headlights or taillights come into play, they turn right off. This is just your normal gauge cluster brightness. This engages your parallel parking mode. If you're in drive and you push this button, it's going to guide you as far as go forward, go backwards. It'll turn the wheel for you, and you'll just work the accelerator. This one is just traction control on and off. You'll probably never need to push that button. And up here, headlights are automatic. Your other car most likely had that same option. So you'll just set that and forget it. I'm going to start with the steering wheel on the inside. It's a leather wrapped steering wheel, comfortable to hold. Down here, your cruise control is the same control that you're used to in your 08, only with this one, when you set it, you turn it, it's on like normal cruise control, but this is radar cruise control. So what this is going to do, it's going to adjust to the car in front of you. If you set your cruise at 60, but the car in front of you is going 55, you're going to be going 55. This button right here, if you want to zoom in on that, is the radar cruise button. This adjusts the distance. If you look up at the screen, you got 3, 2, or 1 car lengths. You're going to adjust that every time you turn your cruise on to decide how far you want to be from the car in front of you. If you don't want that feature on, when you press this, you're going to press and hold it for 3 seconds, and it's going to just go back to normal analog cruise control without the adaptive feature. On your steering wheel here, on the left side, basic radio controls. You got your volume. This goes through your presets. Trip meter is just going to be up on the screen, trip A, trip B. You can go to the one that shows you how far you have to empty. Just those things are very similar to the car you have now. You have your phone button. When you have your Bluetooth set up, you'll be able to push phone to answer or go to the phone screen. The flat down phone is ignore or hang up. Voice command you can use for many things: tuning the radio, setting a navigation instruction, or answering a phone call, or calling someone from your phone book. On the right side, these controls do a lot. On this screen up top, you can actually control your climate all the way from the steering wheel. On this screen, you've got where you can select climate control. I can change the temperature, I can change inside-outside circulation, I can change the fan speed, I can put it in eco mode. All of that can be done from your steering wheel. And the reason they've done that is because they actually took away the knobs. So you don't have a tuner knob and an air conditioner knob, and that might take some getting used to, but the good thing is, you can do it from the steering wheel, so it'll probably be something that you get accustomed to. You can also do your climate right here, climate control. All the controls are there on the screen, but obviously while you're driving, you'd probably want to use the steering wheel controls to keep your eyes on the road. Radio you can push as well, kind of just overlays above the map, and then if you have your Bluetooth set up, that's going to do the same thing. Everything kind of just shows up on the screen in front of the navigation. Home will take you back to just mostly full screen navigation. You got different things like the app suite you can download that's in tune, that gives you things you probably won't use, like Bing, Pandora, iHeartRadio, OpenTable. You have traffic info, energy, like you're used to in the old Prius, you know, the little screen that shows you. Obviously it's a little more high definition now. Let's see, drive mode down here will take you through a few different drive modes: power mode, eco mode, and normal mode. And EV mode doesn't give you a very far driving range, but that you have that on your car now. Electric vehicle mode, that would just put it in fully electric if for some reason you just wanted to creep through a parking lot and not use any gas. If you want to get over here around the corner, that is the heated seat controls. You've got that on both sides. Here is the Qi wireless charging station. If you have a phone that has wireless charging, you push this button. This has power to it. You set a phone on it, it's going to charge wirelessly. I think that mostly covers everything. I guess we'll go up top. This is on the mirror. This is Home Link. If you have any garage door opener, gated community, those sort of things, any remote you can set to these. This button here is going to turn on and off. These are the power buttons for the auto dimming feature. So if you have cars behind you that come up with bright lights, your mirror is going to dim, but you can turn that feature off if for some reason you wanted it off. These are pretty self-explanatory, just lighting buttons. You can turn these lights on, turn all the lights in the car on. This is lights come on when the doors open and close the sunroof, up and down to ventilate the sunroof. This is an SOS button for Safety Connect, which you did not have in your previous car. That is Toyota's version of OnStar. That's going to notify the police of a collision. They can track the car with GPS. It's free for a year, and then after that you'll get something in the mail from Toyota offering a subscription to that service. So I think that about covers everything. If you want to call when you're in the car, we can kind of go over it some more again while you're looking at it, if you just have questions, just to help you kind of learn how everything works. So for now, I think I've covered most of it. This car has a lot of stuff, so I'm sure you'll have some questions for me, and we'll go over those later. Thanks.